Welcome back to the International Ring at Spruce Meadows as we get into the final few riders of this opening round of the CPKC International presented by Rolex. And here's a look at the bubble right now. Those fast fours could be in trouble with Steve Guerdat on the way, a past champion here at Spruce Meadows.
A past champion with the great horse Venard, who he returns with after a 2021 victory. As you can see, drastically different conditions in 2021, but Steve Guerdat, the great former Olympic champion, World Cup champion, and of course champion here and of other majors, returns under ideal conditions with a horse that's now 16 years of age, but one that he knows every little nuance to. So this is a combination that cannot be ruled out today.
So Steve Guerdat won that 2021 CPKC International, and then the next year finished second to Germany's Daniel Deusser in a jump-off in the Grand Prix. So very comfortable here in the International Ring at Spruce Meadows.
Well, it seems a light year ago when you look down on the stadium now, but in 2021, the Masters was operating under a special national sports exemption because of the COVID pandemic. So there was only 2,000 people allowed in the venue, and all of the things that are so far away in the rearview mirror now. But one thing that isn't is this man who's one of the all-time greats.
Currently ranked 8th in the world, Steve Guerdat. 2024 Paris Olympic silver medalist, finished second to Christian Kuckuck of Germany, who is here in a jump-off. Christian Kuckuck right now sitting in 10th spot with a clear round and one time ball.
But he won the Olympic gold jumping that fence in London at the Olympiad. This man's resume is extraordinary. He has been struggling with a back issue, and look at Venard. My goodness me, what a way to bail out, showing your carefulness and a bit of a missed distance or something. Jessica probably had a better view than us, but certainly not very comfortable for a man who's been struggling with immobilizing back pain.
Yeah, you could really see at the start of the course Venard really jumping, and Steve having to put a lot of leg on, and just came around the corner there and just lost his eye on the jump for a second, had his eye on the Canada plank, but now he has to balance.
What a horseman.
This horse is jumping today.
And one to go for Steve Guerdat. And he clears it nicely in a time of 76.97 seconds. And that will move him into third spot. And that will knock Billy Toomey of Ireland out of the top 12.
Well, the Swiss have come to play, and I think that's a bit of a pained look, but a satisfied look. What happened down here early on?
Yeah, you can just see he came around the corner, and Venard just looked at the Canada plank, and he said, "Oh, I recognize that. I've jumped that before in the second round."
Sighting in the wrong fence a little too early. Look at the hands of Guerdat to get things back under control.
Yeah, beautiful. And also the way that Steve used his body to balance Venard here down through this line. And you can just see with the determination that he rode against the last jump. These two looking really solid today.
Do they ever?
So we will see Steve Guerdat in the second round of this CPKC International presented by Rolex. And you just heard a big cheer go up as he makes his way out of the International Ring. So the remaining riders to come know exactly what they have to do. They need 4 at the most, and would love to go clear. And here is Steve Guerdat now of Switzerland, ranked 8th in the world.
Well, and he's been in every pressure-packed situation there is in the sport, and this is such a circumstance with his great veteran partner Venard. Previous winners here, they are underway.
And Steve Guerdat, winner of the CPKC International back in 2021. 2024 Paris Olympic silver medalist, second to Christian Kuckuck of Germany in a jump-off. And a gold medalist in London in 2012.
Competing with his veteran partner, but Steve in a tremendous amount of discomfort due to a back injury. Such a tough guy.
Steady.
Encouragement there, yeah. Really helped Venard along there, and got out of his way, but used his voice to help him.
So this is where Venard's scope can really be the key to success in the last line.
Oh, and down comes the bicycle again as Steve Guerdat of Switzerland comes through over the time. So he's got the 4 jump faults, 1 time fault for a total of 5, which means that Scott Brash of Great Britain remains on top of the leaderboard, sitting on 4.
4 left to go that can change this order, but Scott Brash continues to lead the way, and Steve's shaking his head.
He rode this line so well. And here we see the last line, and Steve putting a lot of pressure on. Of course, with a big stride, it's really hard to get the horse back for the 4, and he just ran out of space there. And you know, Steve really shaking his head, as he always does, saying it was his fault, not the horse, but they just ran out of space. What a great performance from this pair.
And Steve Guerdat has said, not only do the horses teach you something about them every day, but also about yourself. And Steve Guerdat leaves the international ring sitting on 5 faults, which means Scott Brash of Great Britain continues to lead on 4.
Steve, could you talk a little bit about your 2 rounds today?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Actually, I'm not disappointed. I think I could have ride my line a little bit better in the second round. He came out exactly the way I wanted from the double of Oxers, and then I thought that the 4 would be just okay. And but they were a touch shorter than what I expected, and so I was too close to the bicycle. And yeah, so it was my mistake. So I'm a little bit upset about that, but I'm very happy being third, and the way Venard jumped again today. And yeah, I'm not so disappointed about the time fault, because I think to give him a chance to jump those fences, I knew I was going to be a little bit borderline with the time, but that's something I was ready to accept, because I didn't think there were going to be many clear rounds. So yeah, I'm very happy, and it was a fantastic class again, a great sport, and I couldn't ask for much more.
Steve?
Well, you know, a few times this week, as I was walking the course, I stopped somewhere in the course and went to my colleagues and say, I love it. You know, it's so cool to have these different kind of courses, sometimes with the wall, sometimes with the rollback, sometimes the way he plays with the lines and with the fences and the setting of the fences, and it's just so nice, because it's the only time in the year we see it. Now, if you know, we go back a few years, the first time I was sitting at this press conference, I was second in the Grand Prix. It was probably 13, 14, 15 years ago. And I complained in the press conference. I complained about Leopoldo and what he was doing, and that it was too tough, and he had to change something, and the show had to change something. And thanks God you didn't listen to me, Leopoldo. Because the truth is, you know, as athletes or as people, sometimes we don't like to be challenged, and we like comfort zone, and this is not what we have here. And I would say that thanks to Leopoldo, his team, and thanks to Spruce, I became a better rider, and my horses became better horses. So I'm really hoping that you're gonna keep going for a few years, and that a lot of the other course designers are gonna learn something from you.
And these make me very happy.
Good answer, Leopoldo. And to that point, and I'll wrap up here, but Steve, I know you've been operating in some tremendous discomfort, and in the first round, it looked like Venard sighted in the Canada planks versus the vertical, and your adjustment and his carefulness and scope, incredible. What really happened there?
Well, actually, it's surprising, because I saw a few horses doing that before me. I was late in the draw, and I saw some horses who I knew I had to be careful. Where you were turning, some horses were thinking you're going to jump the Canada plank. And so I was aware of that, but somehow, yeah, I didn't give him the right input. And he thought we were going to have to jump the Canada plank, but there was another big fence we had to jump. So, yeah, I was able to to fight with him, and he responded really well, and yeah, made a good effort, and yeah, it was a moment where I think me and my team's heart kind of stopped. Yeah.
But it was masterfully negotiated, and your horse showed incredible carefulness.
Yes,
so congratulations, because I know it wasn't very comfortable for you.
He had a good warm-up. I know Venard very well. He knows the place very well, and he felt good the whole week. So his horse doesn't need to jump very much in the warm-up, so it's quite easy going. And as they say, it's a real luxury here to have all these different possibilities to warm up, so every horses can be very relaxed, and everybody has its own jump, and it's very, very nice to warm up that way. And yeah, you can feel that it's also much nicer for the horses.
I think with that, gentlemen, we're going to wrap up this 50th anniversary championship media conference. Scott.